First thing we do is start a new scene. Let's just call it main scene. Let's make the dimensions 1080 by 920. So this is more of a phone screen. So let's change the FPS, the frames per second, to 60 frames so it can be a bit smoother. And let's leave the duration the same. And let's leave the background the same. We can let's change the background to white. Okay, so the first thing you're greeted with is this. This is the main scene. This is where everything happens. This is the timeline. This is the properties of the object that you created. Okay, let's create the circle. So these are all of these are this is everything you can do or create in Friction. So you can, this is just the select, this is select nodes. This is if you want to create like a path or a stroke. So you just do that, press enter, there you have a stroke. And you can edit that stroke. You can edit each node of that stroke. Press G to grab and then move your mouse. Okay, so then you press G to grab. First click on the node, then you press G to grab and you move the node. Or you can move multiple nodes by dragging your mouse over multiple nodes and moving it like that. Okay, so here you can add a path, or you can draw a path. So this is a different option, or you can draw a smooth path, something like that. It will be a smooth path. You can edit this node maybe. Can so these are other options to edit your nodes, groups of nodes. You can smooth out your node, so you can make it a bit smoother, because previously it was, if you go back, okay, you can't go back, just go, see if you can go forward. Okay, we can't undo a node operation. Okay, so these are all the options to edit your nodes. Okay, so let's look at the first one. So this is connect node. So you take two nodes and then you connect them. You see, so I don't think you can undo. Can you undo? Oh, you can undo. You can undo connections of nodes. Okay. So this is disconnect. So if you have two nodes, you can just, okay, need to select these two, disconnect, and then we have these two strokes or paths. They currently registered as one path with two. You can edit both, but they fall under one path. Okay, so the next thing is merge new node. So we can add a new node between these two nodes. Yep, it adds a node and we can edit that. Yep. This is smooth, so we just select all and we just smooth them out, but they are smooth. So if we take these two and we smooth it, it will just make the control points a bit symmetrical. Okay, the next is to make them sharp edges. So let's make the corners sharp. I think this makes it so it has two nodes. So yeah, you can see two. Oh, it makes it non-symmetrical, so it doesn't act on this control point. So these are free now, But if we want them to be together, if we want to move both at the same time, we just click on smooth nodes, make line segment. So we click on both of these nodes, we make a line segment and it makes it straight. And here we can curve it again. We can dissolve a node. Let's create a circle. You click and you drag and you hold shift, you'll get a perfect circle. And if you don't hold shift, you'll get more of a oval type of shape. Okay, so we can perform certain operations on this. Let's snap it to the middle. So here you can see you can align geometry to relative to the scene. And if you click align geometry, you'll align it with the scene. So if you click here, it's a horizontal alignment. So it's on the x-axis, and vertical alignment on the y-axis. So it's right in the middle of the camera or the canvas. Okay, so what we can do here is we can add a fill. So we can add a fill and we can change the color of the fill, say to this color, and then we can change the stroke outline. Stroke is like the outline of the shape. You can change it like that to that color. But I don't like stroke so much, so I would remove the stroke. And now let's animate this. Let's make like bouncing animation. So what I would want to do is, currently you can't create a very straight line in. You can't snap the okay, yeah, we need to select both. There we go. So now it's a straight line. So I haven't figured out how to create like a very horizontal line in friction. Okay, let's just move that, because you can't snap it to like say 0 degrees or 30 degrees or whatever. You just have to make it, eyeball it to see if it's straight. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's make it black. Let's make it black. Okay, so black line, let's make it bounce. So let's scale it, to press S to scale and go into object mode. This is point mode. This is object mode. Let's scale it down, press S and move your mouse in. And remember, you must be outlined where you're working. So you can't come here and then press scale. Oh, does work. Sometimes it doesn't when you're working here and you press F to scale, and sometimes it doesn't switch automatically to this window. Okay, so let's make a bouncing ball. Okay, so put it here. We can create like a path for it to bounce. Okay, so we have to click on the scene, then we can grab it. Then we have to select the circle first. And we grab and we move it on the x-axis. To move it on the x-axis, you press then you press Y to move it on the y-axis. You first press G, then Y. Okay, let's try to make a curve. Okay, let's say click here, then it bounces, loses some energy, then goes here, 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 Okay, let's make it. Let's just say it rolls. Okay, let's edit the control the nodes. Let's make it all smooth. What you have to do is you have to move it like that. You have to move it like that. So it doesn't work the way it should. So you have to manually move it. We can make this a sharp because it's a sharp bounce. Let's make we can't make it sharp in. So I would rather do this in Inkscape because the operations is very limited. But let's do everything in. So we make it corners. Then we just do that. We do that because that's how it bounces. So we need it to be in the middle. Then we move this. You click on it. Then you move. So there's a arc like. So here we have to. Okay, here we have to. Corner. We make them corner nodes. So let's not make it corner. Let's make it smooth or symmetrical. Symmetrical nodes here. Let's make it symmetrical. But then we have to move it. Let's just push it. Let's make the line a bit thinner so it's easier to work with. We wanted to follow this path. So we click on it, then we go to effects, we go to transform, follow path. Okay, then we go in circle, then we have transform effects under transform. Let's say because I know this crashed the last time. Let's say follow this. Say path. What path is this? Let's click on it. It's path 0. Okay, let's go path 0. Okay, now it should follow the path, but then we have to animate the length of the path. So it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, goes down, goes down, and it rolls. So this here, so this would be easier if we just edited it in um, Inkscape because the ability to edit nodes is not as good in it's not as good in Friction. So let's just make it a bit higher. Just make this a bit higher. Let's make that higher. Let's make so this is another high point. So this needs to go here. That's a corner. This needs to be straight. So it just rolls after there. Okay, let's see the influence now. Boom, 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 boom. It rolls. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe this needs to be a bit lower. Let's see now. Boom. Okay. Let's make it slightly higher. Let's all align this with this. So this is aligned. We need to just align that there. Align this. Align this. Align that. Align this. So this goes a bit straight. Okay. Now what we can do, let's save this before it crashes. Let's keyframe this. Let's keyframe here. Let's go until 200 and let's push it right to the end and let's play and see. Boing, 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 boing. Boing, 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 boing. Okay, now comes the part where we... Okay, so the next thing we need to do, okay, let's see it play through. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, next we need to go to the top of the um, points on the curve. Let's go right to the top. So it's right there. Let's add a keyframe here. So we just click on complete and then we click off it. Then it will add a keyframe. So let's just jump ahead. So right there, let's add another keyframe. Click on it, click off it. Let's add another keyframe here. Let's add another keyframe here. Click there, click off it. Let's add a keyframe here. Click on it, click off it. Or we can just click press insert, but some laptops don't have the insert button. So if we click, so that's the top, let's press insert. Usually insert works. It's not working now. Let's just continue. Click here, click there, click there, click here, click on it, and click off it again. So let's click there, click on it, click off it again. Let's click there, click on it, click off again. So right there on top. Let's click there, click on it, and click off it. Okay, and there, the last one. Okay, now we go to the graph editor. We click on complete, transform effects, transform circle, transform effects, complete. Then we click on the graph. So here we need to make it, we need to add, so when it hits the top, it slows down, yeah, then it speeds up again, then it hits the bottom, then it speeds up, and it slows down. So you need to make it like this. Okay, click here, let's add, so it goes fast, then it slows down. So we're gonna push it like this. So it slows down here. So here it speeds up, so it's like a quick jump here. It's a quick jump. So let's make it symmetrical. Let's make it symmetrical. So it slows down. Can't we make like sine? Okay, let's see. Yep, like that. So that's fine. We make it symmetrical. Then we make it fast, symmetrical. So it's slower there. So yeah, shit. When you see that, then you might. So let's make it symmetrical. Okay, let's click on the node. Let's make it symmetrical. So it's fast here, so it needs to be. Let's make it symmetrical. Let's just zoom in a bit. There's something wrong here. Okay, that's a bit too strong. Okay, that's fine. Boom, 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 boom. Let's make it symmetrical. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm not here to do animation principles or physics principles, but this would just show you how to do it. Okay, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so what we can do is we can remove the path, and now it just does boom, 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 boom. So this, so yeah, it's a bit too straight. Let's not make it symmetrical. I think it should be symmetrical, but just a bit shorter. Yeah. Should be snapping available. So that's the basics of um, animating like a ball bouncing. Okay, let's move on to something else. We could start a new scene. Let's say scene. Oh, we can switch scenes here on top. So we click here main scene, and we click scene one. That's how we can switch. Okay, so let's do some text effects or Raster effects. Yeah, let's do some Raster effects. So what you can do is you can create a big ass square, make it fill it, remove the stroke, then you go create. I have a whole playlist on YouTube where I showed all the Raster effects. So yeah, you can like generate some cool effects, but this you have to install this. You have to install the these Raster effects. So what you do is you can create like cool, like a clock even. This is so cool, but this is some people would say it's not your work. You didn't create it. You're just using like presets, but I would say it's pretty decent. I think it's a bit small. Let me say rectangle. Let's scale it a bit. So you can create various effects. Okay, you can go through all those effects and see what picks your fancy. So this is also cool, but I think it's not meant for. It's meant for like a square. So let's delete that. Let's create a perfect square, and then let's add the action effects, raster effects, generate. Let's add a digital clock. There we go. So it has to be like a perfect square, or you can just scale it on the Y. So you see, if you scale it, then it fits right in the square. And then you go to raster effects, raster, and you can even animate this, changing in time. 11. 11 minutes 50 seconds, and then you can say, for instance, do that, keyframe it, then you change the seconds. Let's see how it looks. Let's just make it a bit bigger, the timeline, and then we select it and we press G, and then we can grab it and move it. Let's just scale the timeline. Let's make it 2 seconds. Let's see. That looks cool. Okay. So those are Raster Effects. Okay, let's clear that. So you can animate any of these. You can animate the translation, rotation, the scale, the pivot. You can animate almost anything, the outline. Okay, let's just make something that scales and pushes out. Scales. Let's delete this. Circles are a bit better. Let's hold shift. Let's do that. Let's make the full. So this is the alignment. Let's make the full white. Okay, so we can make it like bounce. We can make it bounce. So you make scale, keyframe it, go to 2 seconds, 120 frames. You can, I pressed insert there, so insert seems to work now. I think it doesn't work if you on the, okay, it works now. Sometimes it doesn't work when you press insert. Okay, so let's see, but let's scale it down maybe to 0. Scale that to 0, the X and the Y. So we're scaling the X and the Y scale to 0, and then it punches out to 1, the original scale. So let's go to, so we can click on the X and the Y, so hold shift, click X and Y, and then we go to graph, and here you can see that um, both X and Y, so this color and this color, both are here, and we can edit both of them. So we click here, then we can add ease out. Let's do a sine wave. So this, let's go slowly, and then it increases speed, then it goes slowly again. Let's see how this looks. Okay, that's fine. Let's try a bounce. Bounce is a bit better. That's cool. So what you'd also notice is you first have to click this. You have to click preview so it can cache the animation. So let's clear the cache. So we clear cache, and then you will see it's caching here. So it has to first cache before it plays the animation. So you first have to click here, then you can click here. So let's say you clear cache and you click here. Sometimes it doesn't cache. I don't know if they fixed that in that version, but that's what used to happen. When I click play, then it did nothing. Cache remained at 0. And then when you click preview, then it only caches. But this is cool. Okay, let's do some text effects. Text effects are interesting. Let's say I. Okay, let's do some path effects. There's some cool path effects. Okay, let's create. So a path is basically the stroke. Can make effects with the stroke. Okay, let's send that. and it's centered, and then so it has no fill, it has a stroke. Okay, let's delete the text. Let's add a path effect. So subpath, this is the cool one that I think everybody wants to use. Like makes a little gap here, and you can make like a clock, what? Oh, not a clock, a loading screen. Let's scale it down. Let's go out of the graph. Let's make it like this. So let's make it 95. So it's 95. Then we can offset it, and it will make this cool circle type of effect. Okay, let's say 0. Let's keyframe this. Let's make it 200 frames. Let's save it. I saw something. I saw something. Let's save to let's say 200. And let's see now. There's a score. I think 100 is the most. Nope. Let's see if 100 is a full rotation. Okay, let's put this at 0. I don't know if that's a full rotation. 100 might be a full rotation. Extend this to 200. Are we now in the main scene? What are we doing here? Okay, it's not moving. Okay, I think it's it. There we go. Okay, now something went wrong. A lot of bugs. Let's clear the cache. Let's try again. Let's move it to main scene. So that plays. Let's move it to scene 1. Okay, so I maybe need to clear cache. So it's playing like this, but it's not playing. I think the cache, something wrong with the cache. There we go. Let's see if it repeats. Yep, so 100 is like a repetition. So yeah, so we can also animate this, the minimum length. So let's make the minimum length a bit longer. Let's make it like that. So it's like a cool, but maybe we need to push the, oh, let's push this, the minimum length. Okay, let's just take, how do we take the minimum length? Oh, here we go. This is the minimum length. Let's take it to 100. So it goes to 84. Let's make it go to 85. And then make this go to, what was it here? Let's just copy that. Control C and then paste. So it goes boop. And that's cool. It's like a loading screen. Okay. So that's the path effect. So there are a bunch of other path effects we can have. Let's save that. Let's save it. Let's start a new scene. not the new project. Scene, new scene, scene 2. Okay, let's try. Let's create a circle. Let's align it. So let's see the other path effects. So there are a bunch of subdivide displays. Displays is just like when you shake it like a dash. You can look at that. But subpath I think is the main one. Solidifies like makes it more three-dimensional. Some I don't know. Line is similar to subpath. What is line? Yeah, it makes it like a line, like a disco, like some type of disco thing. Okay, so and the fill effects are basically similar to the path effects, just that like outline maybe as the edges of your vector, outline base. Okay, so um, there's a bunch of path effects. This is basically done in, this is similar to Inkscape union difference. So you make two paths into one path. You have the difference between two parts, the intersection between two parts, like the intersection, yeah, exclusion, what is outside of the intersection. Yeah, I don't know what division is. Combine, you just combine two parts into one, and here you break two parts into two separate paths. Okay, object, yeah, this is just raising up or down, like, so you have this, so you fill white, and then you duplicate this, and you make it a bit smaller. Maybe you change the color to, so then, so there's that, so you can scale that. So full, you can change the full here to that color, then you move it here, then it's behind, and if you go here, you raise it, then it's in front. Yeah. So that you can flip horizontally. You can group these two together. Group view. Yeah, you can just change what you see. So to Q is to render and animation. You can export SVG. Can render. I don't know what's link. I haven't worked with link before. Okay. So yeah, we group these two. What we can also do is we can have dust in. Okay, let's create a, let's go back, let's delete this circle, let's add some text. So yeah, I John, so we want to mask, want to create like what's the word, like you want to create a clip, you want to clip certain sections, you want to clip it like this section only, yeah, and you only have this available, or this or that. So what you can do is you can turn this circle in. You click on here, you click this out or dust in, I think dust in, yeah. So this only shows what's in the circle, and it shows what's below there. And we can, if you click here, then it pushes it back to the scene, and then you can reveal your text like that. So let's try to reveal the text in animation. So we just this circle transform, then we click scale, then we go maybe to 120 frames, 120 frames, then we scale it, then it reveals. So we can't scale outside of the screen. Using Unity, you can just forever, you pop out, you go from here right to the top and can scale. So we need to implement that. So let's see, there we go, it reveals. Okay, let's try to let's try to let's try to so make the text bounce off the shown. So we go text effect, we can add text effect, we click text effect. So we click there, we click add text effect, and we click add effect. So there's only one text effect, and that's all of this. So what we can do, so we go to frame 120, then we click here. So we first click on the text. Okay, let's lock this circle and remove it. Let's hide it, I mean. Okay, then then we click here. Let's make the background, I can't see that, like gray. So we wanna control these diminishing points. So we click on the text. Oh, we locked the text, so let's unlock it. Yeah, thus. So thus we press G, and we move on the x-axis. So this will influence each letter. If it's over a letter, it will influence it by whatever parameters you put here. So let's put scale. Let's say it's going to scale it by 1.2. Let's scale it by 1.2. So when we go press G, then we move on the x-axis, and you will see it will scale up like that. So we have to animate. We control the position of that influence. You'll see. Okay. So let's keyframe the diminish. Okay, let's start here. Let's keyframe it again. Okay, let's just keyframe it there. Let's go to 120. Okay, let's start the keyframe. Let's start it at 120. Let's put it at 120. Then let's move it from 120 to 200 frames. Then we press G to grab and move on the X. Okay, you see now we in the timeline. Let's click on the scene. Okay, now we can move it. Let's click all the nodes. Let's press G, press X, and move across. Now when we play, it will influence over this when it starts here at 120 frames. So it will start at 120 frames. Then it will move across the screen and influence or diminish the text. Let's see. Okay, let's first make the circle visible. So it reveals, then it does that. Reveal, bounce a bit, boom, 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 boom. And there we go. That's how you do it. a reveal and an effect. So there's much more effects you can play with here, but this is what I found to be the most interesting effect. Then you can add multiple effects to the same text, and you can have multiple, can do multiple on the same text. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's about it. That's all I want to cover in this video.